calcium in natural form. Natural calcium is found in dark green vegetables. It is found in curry patta. It is found in til. These are the rich sources of calcium. So supplementation of calcium is to be taken with care. Now sometimes we take supplementation 1000 mg tablets we take of calcium or 500 mg of calcium, but the body at a time absorbs only 200 mg of calcium. So if I take a big supplement of calcium, 200 is maximum absorbed by the body. Remaining calcium floats about in the blood, goes to the kidneys. If filtered out, well and good. If not filtered, it forms granular stones in the kidneys. So if you have a supplement of 500 mg of calcium, break it in two parts. Have half of it now, have half of it after 5 hours. So you will be consuming proper small doses of calcium. And many of the supplements of calcium available in the market are basically flavored chalk. Chalk is also calcium. This is flavored chalk. You can write your name on a blackboard with that tablet of calcium. So please try to come back to the natural sources of calcium or go in for very reputed supplements. And one more thing, when we take calcium, calcium is not absorbed by itself. You need vitamin D. Vitamin D, best source is sunlight. So when you go for a walk, if you are expose yourself to sunlight, wear shorts, wear a nice t-shirt with short sleeves and expose your body to sunlight, and that will create vitamin D in the body, which will help in absorption of calcium. Now which sunlight should you expose yourself to? Sunlight from the rising sun up to 30 degrees above the horizon, not the overhead sun which contains high amount of ultraviolet radiation. From sunrise. Sunrise takes place at different, so about half an hour after that, maximum. No. That is not harmful, but it is not so beneficial for making of vitamin D. So this is osteoporosis. It's a disease which can be avoided if calcium is taken in proper quantities. Even at this stage, as of today, if we start the proper consumption of calcium, we can avoid this disease. The next problem is osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is a problem of the joints. Actually what happens, we'll take an example of one joint, which is the knee joint. Now the knee joint has two bones like this. In between there is a cartilage like this, and there is a liquid which goes around it, which is called the synovial fluid. So that is a lubricant, and the joint can move smoothly, and there is no problem at all. Now this cartilage every day gets a little damage because of our motion, body weight, etc. Obesity contributes to more pressure on the joints and more destruction of the cartilage. But even if you are not obese, still a part of the cartilage gets a little eroded, and it is repaired every day by the body by a substance which it makes, which is called glucosamine. Glucosamine is a substance which repairs the cartilage. Now this glucosamine the body manufactures in usable quantities up to the age of 30-35. After 35, the production of glucosamine in the body drops by about 70%. So it is at that stage of our life when we are most active, when we use our body and joints the maximum, and glucosamine is made less. So what happens, that eroding of the cartilage takes place, but so much repairing does not take place. So over a period of time, cartilage becomes thin, and in your X-ray, if the bones are closer, it means the cartilage is vanishing, and the synovial fluid also dries up. And then when the bones come very close, they create a cracking sound. You get a swelling at the joint. You are not sure if when you put your leg on the step, whether it will take your body weight or not. That is the beginning of osteoarthritis. Frankly speaking, in allopathy or otherwise, there is no cure only for osteoarthritis. You have to grin and bear it. There is no cure for osteoarthritis. The only thing you can do is reduce your weight so that depreciation of the joints takes place less. And whatever the doctor gives you, he gives you Combiflam, he gives you Vovaran. These are only painkillers which will not make you feel the pain. But the damage is still going on, and afterwards he'll tell you to have a joint replacement or a knee replacement. At the age of 75, if you take a replacement, it is okay, but if you take it at 45, you will need to take 4 replacements in your lifetime. So it is better, your prevention is better than cure, and we must control our weight, we must do proper exercises, don't tax your body too much, and if you do proper exercises, your muscles get strong, so weight on the bones and joints become less. That is why exercise at any age is recommended. Even if I'm 80 years old, I can do nothing, but I can sit on my bed, put my legs out, and at least take my legs up and down. If I'm 60 and I can't lift weights, I take a Pepsi bottle and I lift it 20 times. Because whatever in your body, what you don't use, you lose. So our bones will become strong only when you exercise them, when you work them against their own power. So if you can't lift a 5 kilo weight, lift a 2 kilo weight, but do it. So because exercise will only strengthen the bones, without exercise no calcium adds to the bones. This is about osteoarthritis. Now we come to diabetes. Diabetes everyone has heard about, everyone wishes it doesn't happen to me. Diabetes is a silent killer. It does not do anything itself, but it finally creates a lot of complications. It creates heart problems, it creates kidney failure, it creates blindness, it weakens all the other organs of the body. India, the diabetic trend is rising a lot, and in India, if you see, in Gujarat, diabetes is spreading the maximum. I had once gone to a function, a wedding function in Surat. I just can't forget it. There was one competition which I saw over there, and the competition was how many gulab jamuns can a person eat maximum? And one person ate 22 or something of them. It was a very pleasant and fun thing, but imagine the sugar he has put in the body all at the same time. Now, actually, diabetes is not caused only by the consumption of sugar. Let us understand diabetes a little more. There are 2 types of foods. The first type of food is that which releases sugar slowly in the blood. And the second type of food is that which releases sugar very quickly in the blood. Now, we must prefer those foods which release sugar slowly in the blood. Suppose I eat a food, say a bowl of salad. It releases sugar very slowly in the blood. So my pancreas can produce insulin and release that insulin slowly in the blood to settle the sugar. Now what happens if I eat that food which releases sugar very fast in the blood? My pancreas can also produce insulin very fast in the blood also. But how long can it do it? It can do it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. It can't do it forever and ever. One day the pancreas will get tired. And they will not, but my dietary habits remain the same. So when I eat such food continually, then what happens? So much insulin is not released in the blood. So the sugar is not offset. And in the morning when I take my fasting sugar, there is sugar still left in the blood. And that is the beginning of diabetes. So diabetes is not caused by only sugar. It is caused by the type of food you eat. Now, which type of foods are harmful? Which release sugar very fast in the blood? It's a very simple thing. The foods we like release sugar very fast in the blood. All white foods release sugar very fast in the blood. Maida, pastries, sugar, rice, yes, dairy products also. So bananas. Then the worst food is pizzas, and worse than that, the worst food possibly created is donuts. That's why they say mad over. Yes, bakery food. Maida. Bakery food is maida. That's why they say mad over donuts, because you're literally to be mad to eat it. It contains only maida, preservatives, color, additives, and sugar. And deep fried. That is the only thing it contains. Now pizza, when we eat, the bread is made of maida. It releases sugar very fast in the blood. Foods which release sugar fast in the blood are called high glycemic foods. We must avoid high glycemic foods, and we must eat foods which are low glycemic. Actually, God is very kind. Diabetes gives no signal, but only one signal diabetes gives us, and that is central obesity. When your stomach starts expanding in a pot belly shape, you don't put on weight here, you don't put on weight here, you only put on a pot belly. It means there is too much of sugar in the blood, or there is too much of insulin in the blood.